In a previous video I went into quite a bit of detail changing gear C in a Tascam 464. Gear C is part of the cassette mechanism that raises and lowers the magnetic tape heads. I mentioned in passing that I'd read that the Portastudio 488 Mark II also had a gear C. I've never actually had my hands on one before, but I picked one up on eBay recently, and this is an opportunity to show you one of the symptoms that can give you a clear indication that the gear C is fucked, which is that these three LEDs flash. So let me demonstrate. Hear that buzzing? And you see these three are flashing. Then if I push up on the right hand switch on top there, which would normally be depressed if a cassette was inside there, and then try and press, these transport buttons, you can hear it whirring, thinking about it, but it's not really working. So and when I removed my finger from that switch, then there was whirring again, because gears are trying to turn to retract and lower this head assembly, but it can't do it because the gear C is broken. I will open this up, and what we're going to see is the part over this side of the transport is going to look very similar to the 464. I'll be covering the process of opening the case and removing the transport in separate videos, so check my channel for those. This is what I remember from opening a 688 and a 488 Mark I before. You can see these much deeper magnetic heads. They're split into 8 segments. Back here it's pretty similar to the 464. To get at the gear C, we need to remove 1, 2, 3 screws. They're little bitty guys. Use quite a narrow Phillips type screwdriver to remove them. Before I go any further, just look how much tape is wound onto this pinch roller. There's nothing wrong with the pinch roller, but the way that these models work, when that switch there is depressed, because there's a cassette in it, that'll be turning constantly. So at the point that the gear C was broke, it was probably in use, and this continued to turn, and a lot of the previous user's cassette got wrapped around here. And there's so much tape there, I might need to remove that pinch roller arm to get it off. Again, that's symptomatic of a bad gear C. Okay. And that's come off, and yeah, you can, there's part of gear C, it's snapped. It would be sitting here. You can see there's the other bit. Need to get this little plastic clip off here in order to put a new gear C on there. You see me dealing with little plastic clips like this before changing the idler tyres on 244 transport. I find that you just need to find a split in it and then get under it with tweezers, holding it still with a fingernail. Quite often you'll make half a dozen attempts before getting it. Yeah, so there's a risk of that flicking away. I was fortunately not stuck to my thumbnail, so that'll lift off, and you can put your replacement gear C in there. I don't have a fresh spare, but I've got one that hadn't actually broken down yet from a 464. I'll put that in temporarily because I'm not going to sell on this 488. I'm going to hang on to it for my own use. Just access one of my various component boxes full of bits. This is 464 bits. And here's a old but still intact gear C. Made an unreassuring cracking noise as it went on. Is it still alright? Yeah. Oh no, it has snapped. I've got one more like that. It's oranger, but it feels quite firm. What I'll quickly do is wipe any old grease off there with an isopropyl wipe. Got a little bit of silicone grease here. Put that onto that axle there. Right, that seems to have held. this back down on top. My finger's still kind of sticky from the silicone grease, so I can apply, it'll sort of stick to my finger, I can just push it down. It sort of jabs in your finger when it goes over. So this plate goes inside that plate, that makes that hole line up. The narrower of the screws goes into this hole, two thicker ones going up here. Okay, with them all in a bit, I can tighten them up. At this stage, I've got confidence that that will work. Obviously, I will need to cut this off here first. I think I'll just quickly show you how to remove that, because if you're changing a gear C on this model, then you might need to do this. In fact, that's probably enough. You see there's a spring there that hooks over that arm there, that brings that down, and at that point I can probably just cut through all this excess tape with a scalpel or a pair of sharp scissors. I'm doing it this way rather than removing that pin because I haven't done it before. It might be just quite easy, you know, pinch the ends that way, then that way, then that way, then that way with needle nose pliers, which is how you get them out in a 244. But then I've had other models like the 144 where it's almost impossible to get the pinch roller out, so I'd rather do it this way that I know it will work, even if it is going to be a bit more time consuming. So much tape here. I'll take that off there, pitch like that, and then that there. That causes that to come off. Some more of this tape off here. Back on. Use tweezers to hook this screw back on. Okay, on there. Like that. There we go. So I've got the 488 reassembled with the gear C back in it, so I'll turn it on and show you the difference in the behaviour. No whirring, though you maybe can hear that the capstan motor is spinning continuously now. Those lights weren't flashing and they're now responding. If I arm one of these tracks, that record works as well. So thanks for watching. I'll be doing more videos on this model soon. If watching any of these videos has helped you and you'd like to support me, I have affiliate links in the description of my videos now. So if you're going to look for a second-hand Portastudio or tools or materials in order to maintain or fix the Portastudio you already have, using those links before you shop helps me. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.